Hey everyone, Combo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today is day 2 of the 3-star Bloody Battle raid tournament with no green. You all know the drill. I'm going to feature my 5 raid flags with commentary, explaining the teams I bring to each of my opponents, and also my tile movement throughout. Real quick before we get started, if you do enjoy this video or find it helpful, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and turn that notification bell on so you can be alerted of when I drop new content. We are 5-0 through day 1. And our defense is looking okay. I think we have a B rating. Yeah, we have a B rating, so about 500 for wins and losses on defense. For our first battle here on day 2, we are going to be going up against a heavy blue team with Swan Maiden at tank, Toon Kirill, Toon Valen, also Toon Balthazar, and Toon Ganju as well. I used this team with Swan Maiden, Toon Kirill, Cavassier, Toon Ganju, and Felton as my primary team, and it worked out really well for me yesterday. I may mix things up a little bit though, since they've got a lot of tunes. Felton isn't going to be as useful because they're going to reflect that more than likely, or rather resist it. So I'm going to take him out and put in Toon Balthazar so I can have another bigger hitter here. That should work out pretty good for me. So I will do a 2-2-1 with 2 blues, 2 yellows, and a purple. Let's see how this first flag here goes. All right, good board for yellows to start off with. I'm going to start off with the 4 yellows right up against Swan Maiden. Not very good tiles that came up, unfortunately. I'm going to match these reds and greens in the middle to do a little tile dumping. It's also going to set a cascade with yellows up top. And some purples. And some more purples. Very nice. I'm now going to match these reds horizontally. That's going to set off a pretty big cascade of blues underneath, and then the greens. I don't think the purples on the bottom will go off because one more purple is going to move up 2 spots. Yeah, that's okay. Swan Maiden is now dead. Now, Balthazar does extra damage against yellow, so I think I'm going to use him against Ganju. Debating on using him on Kirill, but I'm just going to use him on Ganju since he does extra damage against yellow. And we should be able to get Balthazar's special pretty early again, so I can go some purple tiles. But before I do that, I'm going to match these yellows so I can get Ganju and Cavassier. Let's use Cavassier so that I can get some minions as a little bit of a meat suit, so to speak. Now, I am going to use the main part of Ganju. Actually, he only hits 1. He's not a hit 3. Let's use Ganju on Valen. And then I'm going to ghost these purple tiles so that I can get Balthazar's special back. Valen is a fighter class, so I'm going to hold off on using it on him. We should be able to kill Ganju, I think. Awesome. 881 damage. Very nice. Now, I think I want to ghost these blue tiles, because 4 blue tiles with 2 of them going up against Valen and 1 ghosted is not going to be enough to get Swan Maiden and Kirill. So let's do that so I can get both of their specials. Let's use Swan Maiden first. And I want to use Kirill against Kirill. I don't want to deal with Valen reviving if I can avoid it. Now let's match these blues and reds here. Balthazar is about to go off anyway, so let's match these yellows over here, and we get a cascade of purples. Don't set off Kirill, please. Thank you. Of course, Ganju did not evade that. Kirill's about to go off, so let's match these yellows. Hopefully this kills him. And it did. Awesome. Now, let's ghost these yellow tiles so I can get my yellow specials back. Let's kill Balthazar and ghost some more tiles. And And let's use Swan Maiden and Kirill. And Valen did not revive. We are 1 for 1 to start off day 2. Next up, we are going to have the same team almost, exactly. They've got Swan Maiden, Toon Kirill, and Toon Valen in the same exact spots, with Toon Balthazar in the same exact spot, and then they've got Toon Bane over on the right wing, which is the only different one. So we are going to use this same exact team. I think they had Toon Ganju over on the right, so literally almost the same exact team. Interesting. All right. First off, let's match these 3 yellows on the left, setting a cascade of greens. And some blues and purples came up. Very nice. And some more purples and some more yellows. That was a very nice cascade. That's why I like starting off with something that's automatically going to set off at least one cascade, because it has a higher probability of setting off additional cascades afterwards. Okay. Now, I want to match these 3 yellows on the bottom left before they get separated. And then I'm going to match the blues in the middle next turn, and that might be able to kill Swan Maiden. I'm going to hold off on using Ganju so that they don't dodge it, because if I can kill Swan Maiden first, which we did, it'll make the dancing effect go away, which creates the dodge. Awesome, and now I've got everybody's special pretty much. Let's use Swan Maiden first, and then let's use the main part of Kirill on Valen. Let's use Balthazar on Bane and kill him. And Ganju on Balthazar. And Valen is dead. Awesome. We are 2 for 2. That battle went extremely smooth. Next up, we are going to have a Toon Gunner tank team with Glass Ganju, Glass Balthazar. They've got Helgi and also Toon Valen. So definitely an interesting squad here. I think I want to probably keep the same exact team. I don't want Felton's reflecting of buffs being sent back to me with the glass costumes they have. So let's stick with this team. Yeah. I will have the possibility of having the poison from the minions reflected back to me, but that's okay. I'd rather keep Kvasir in here. That way I can get those minion buffers. Let's start off with these 3 yellows up the middle against Gunner. Now I'm going to match these 3 yellows at the bottom here. Nice cascade of purples. I will certainly take that. I only need 1 or maybe 2 more purples. I'd rather not use the diamond if I can avoid it. Let's do this. I'm going to match these 5 greens in the middle so that I can match 3 purples next turn. Balthazar is also a wizard, so he'll have a chance to get rid of the shared damage that Gunner just gave, and it did not go away. All right. Let's hit Ganju with Balthazar, since he does extra damage to yellow, and that extra damage will be shared amongst everybody else. Just kidding. We were able to get rid of the shared damage that he has, so he's almost dead already. Hitting the purple diamond is not going to give me enough tiles for Balthazar. I need 2 more purples. So let's match these reds, setting a cascade of yellows. Hopefully I get some purples. We did get our 2 purples. Awesome. Let's use Kvasir first. And then let's use Ganju on their Ganju. Seeing if we can kill him, maybe. Not quite. Alright, let's hit this purple diamond. That might kill him with that 1 purple tile on the left. And it did. Awesome. Alright, let's use Balthazar on Gunner, hoping that... Actually, you know what? Let's use Balthazar on Helgi, because I'll have a higher chance to remove the shared damage. And that did not work. Alright, well, let's match these 3 yellows up against Valen. And I'm going to match the 3 yellows here on the bottom. It's going to set off Balthazar. He's going to do quite a bit of damage, probably kill Ganju, yeah. Alright, let's use Kvasir first. I think I want to do some tile dumping. Yeah. It's going to set off at least one cascade with some blues. And some purples on the bottom. Nice. Alright, please don't kill everybody on my team. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I need to get my blues activated. Let's match these blues on the top left first. And then these blues over here. Alright, we are down to 3. Let's use Swan Maiden first, of course. And then the main part of Kirill on Helgi, since he does extra damage to red. Let's match these reds, setting off a cascade of purples. Hopefully we get some more stuff. Come on, kill Gunner. Not quite. Let's match these 3 yellows. That might be enough to kill Gunner. Not quite. Alright. Let's match these 4 yellows. Man, Gunner will not die. Alright, well, let's put out these minions. That way I can have a little bit of an extra defense buffer when Balthazar is about to go off. I'm hoping he doesn't hit Swan Maiden. Let's match these blues up against Gunner. And he's finally dead. Okay. I'm gonna match this red diamond here. Awesome. We're gonna have some yellows that we can hit up against Balthazar. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna match the purples on the bottom left, hoping I get a blue, because that will give me my blue specials. It did not. Alright, Helgi's dead. Awesome. Now we need to hit Balthazar. I'm hoping these yellow tiles will kill him. And it did, and Valen. Wow, I did not think we were going to win that battle, but I will take it. That puts us 2 for 2, or rather 3 for 3 on day 2. Next up, we are going to have a Toon Balthazar tank team. So let's get my Balthazar out of here and put in Felton probably again. Yeah, let's put Felton back in as an extra yellow. Alright, not a great board for blues. Yellow's not too bad. I'm going to start off with matching this 5 set of green so that I can do some tile dumping when I need it. And let's do that tile dumping right now. I'm going to match these 3 purples in the middle, setting a cascade of those greens. Alright, got a couple blues. Let's first match these blues in the bottom left. Ganju's almost dead already. Now let's match these yellows in the middle here. Nice cascade of yellows. And Balthazar is dead. Awesome. Let's see if we can match these yellows before Ganju dies. I could have set off a bigger cascade, but it probably would have set off Jahinger or Valen and potentially killing Ganju before he got activated. So let's use both of these on Jahinger. Maybe we can kill him before he goes off with these 3 yellows afterwards. Or do I want to use that 1 blue? No, I've got 3 yellow heroes. And I can hit him with 3 yellow tiles. Nice, he's dead. Awesome. Alright, now I want to match these 3 blues. Now we're going to match these purples, setting off a cascade with the yellows underneath. Alright, let's see what kind of damage Valen and Ganju do up against me. And my Ganju is dead now. Let's hit this green dragon, actually. Maybe we'll get a blue underneath in one of those spots. We did get one, just not in the right spot, although that worked out. That's going to give me both of my blue specials. Let's do some damage over here. Let's hit Gunner with the main part of Kirill. Or do I want to hit Valen? Yeah, let's hit Valen since he's about to die. Hopefully he doesn't revive, and he did not. Alright, now let's match these yellows so that I can get Kvasir special with the minions. And Felton's dead. I was hoping to keep him alive a little longer, but oh well. Alright, let's do some tile dumping with these greens and purples here. I am going to match these greens in the middle. No yellows. Let's match these reds up the middle. We'll try to get a blue or a yellow. Okay. Let's move up that one yellow tile so I can match them next turn. Ganju's about to go off, and we just match some yellows and blues. Let's move up these yellow tiles so I can match them next turn, and we got 4 yellows. Please don't die, Swan Maiden. Nice cascade of blues. No more cascades, thank you. Alright, let's use Swan Maiden first, of course, and then Kvasir to see where the extra damage goes, but we should be able to escape this with the win. Let's hit Ganju and kill him, since obviously he's the bigger threat. Nice cascade. Just ghosting tiles over here. We should get this win momentarily from either the poison damage or after Kirill goes off with his special next turn. Alright, we are 4 for 4 on day 2. Next up, we are going to have a Dawn tank team. And let's switch out Felton for Balthazar again. Lots of yellows. I like it. I want to start off with the yellows vertically up the middle so that I can match some purples next turn. Let's hit this green diamond to do some tile dumping. Now these purples and yellows as a cascade. This next turn, I'm going to match those 4 reds, which is going to set off a pretty big cascade of 4 blues and then 3 yellows afterwards, depending on where that dragon ends up, although that worked out okay. Alright, let's use Kvasir first, which is going to help block some minions. Now, let's use Ganju on Glass Balthazar, since he does extra damage to purple. It's going to remove some of his mana. Now, let's hit this blue dragon. Let's match these purple tiles up against Ganju. That should give me Balthazar. And I want to use Balthazar on Glass Ganju. That will definitely kill him. There, Balthazar is about to go off now. Let's set a cascade off with these reds and reds. It's going to set off Dawn, but it doesn't matter because her and Glass Balthazar can't receive minions anyway, so her special is kind of null and void. Let's match these 4 purples. Actually, you know what? I'm going to match the 3 blues here horizontally, setting a cascade of purples. Now, since Swanbane's about to go off anyway, let's match these 4 purples over here. And then hitting this purple dragon is going to give me both Kirill and Balthazar. And a cascade of yellows, very nice. Let's hit Swan Maiden with our specials over here. Balthazar first. And then Ganju, that's going to get rid of the dancing once she's dead. Awesome. Match these purple tiles, which will give me Balthazar again. Hopefully their Balthazar dies from the poison. Not quite. Although we should be able to kill him with that 1 yellow tile. So we'll hit Kirill with Balthazar. And then... Yep. Balthazar is dead. And Kirill should be dead as well. Awesome. We finished 5 for 5 on day 2. It definitely went pretty smooth, except that one battle with, I think it was Costume Gunner they had at tank. That one gave me a little bit of a trouble. I think I lost 2 of my teammates, but we are still top 1%. We should be probably around top 500. Yeah, 326 right now with our 10-0 star and the B rating that I have on defense. So definitely looking pretty good so far. Let me know how your Bloody Battle raid tournament is going so far, but that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it or found it helpful. And if you did, hit that like button, make sure you're sub to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.